Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Blitz Pickup, second episode. We had to make a major show because this is a hot topic that went on today, and it was crazy. Heads got heated. Heard a lot of people talking out there on these streets, man, and we got to talk about it today. We're talking about Tua versus Brian Flores and this whole debacle about who was right and who was wrong. So, listen, without further ado, I'm going to bring up my two co-hosts. My name is Alex, along with Tony and Lewis. Adding our boys to the stage now. For sure. What's good, Tony? What's good, Lewis?
Yo, what's good, my brothers? My brothers,
Uh,
y'all ready for the show?
Fellas, what's good?
Man,
Absolutely. Can't wait.
can't wait. He said, can't wait. All right. Before anything, I'm gonna play a little clip. I'm gonna play. This goes back. I think a couple years ago, actually. We're gonna play when Brian Flores went on the pivot, and he spoke a little bit about the situation. So let me cue that up real quick, and then we're gonna get into it. Give me a second here. Here we go. All right.
You pulled it up? What's up?
Give me a second here. This is what we got. You can see it now.
Yeah, we can see it. Start at the beginning.
My bad. Give me a second. Here we go.
This is an interesting topic because uh, it wasn't strained. We had a good relationship. Um, it was a player-coach relationship, and I think in a relationship like that, the coach challenges the player, and oftentimes the player challenges the coach. And I think there was a great deal of respect between the two of us. Um, so you hear these crazy kind of this narrative that's out there. Um, But this is a young man who works, who developed and got better over 2 years, and I think he's got a bright future, and I wish him all the best. So the world can think what it wants to think. I think ask Tua. You know, I'm here to say what I got to say, and you can ask him. So I think he'd say the same thing.
Huh. All right. That being said, this man talked about respect. This man, he basically making it sound like, hey, I don't know what the narrative is out there, what's going on. So what are we thinking here? Because now we got two aside on it, and that boy wasn't pulling back no punches.
Hey,
What
be
what what
careful
we
what
thinking
you
about this,
ask
man?
for. Be careful what you ask for. He told them to ask Tua, and Tua got asked the question. It stirred up a lot of controversy. I see, we was in spaces earlier. Everybody was going back and forth. Lewis obviously was passionate about it, so I can't wait to get into with Lewis about this because we both obviously, like on everything else, we're on different sides of the spectrum. We're on this one when it comes to how we handled it. I personally feel like he didn't do nothing wrong. They asked him a question. We was waiting to see how he was gonna handle it. I like the way he didn't shy away from it. I like the way he took it on head forward. And honestly, bro, I don't see nothing wrong with it, bro. Honestly.
You don't see nothing wrong with the way he handled it.
So basically, yeah, I don't see nothing wrong with the way he answered the question because
Okay.
they asked
Okay.
him. It was all speculation. Was it true? Was people making up the way he was treating Tua? How was their relationship? Clearly on that clip, he said that it was a bunch of bogus stuff. You get what I'm saying? And
Right.
that it wasn't a strained relationship. And then you get Tua's
Sure.
interview today, complete opposite. He called him a bad person. What he called him a month? What was the exact words he said?
Terrible
A
person.
terrible person.
He
That don't
said he's
seem
a
like it
terrible
wasn't it
person.
wasn't a strained relationship to me, if you asking me. So hey, so clearly somebody the line got crossed, some got lost in translation somewhere. But hey, I like it, bro. I like Salty Tour. I like Tour standing 10 toes down. I mean, clearly Lewis think he looks soft, but I disagree with that 100%.
Well,
What we
well,
thinking, Lewis? What we thinking?
well. Again, right? Like that's a cute story that Tony's trying
Haha,
to
here we
portray,
go.
right? But the simple fact is, bro, if that question, because again, the question that was posed, Dan Le Batard asked Tua, can you highlight some differences of how you were coached between Flores and McDaniel? I
Shake was
couldn't.
good, Shake.
Yeah, what's
My
good,
bad.
Shake? I see Philly in here as well. G, Red, White, and Bills. Jess is also in here. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Well, we see you and we appreciate you, right?
Hey, Lord, you got some support today. So Shake say he with you today. We gonna see
Hey,
Shake. You gonna have to keep them toes, Shake, when I get on him. I'm telling you right now, he's about to get a little. All right, go ahead.
Listen, I'm Cuban. My favorite movie is Scarface, man. All right, y'all hate the bad guy. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Just is
all
what
right,
it is.
all right.
But the simple fact is, right, gentlemen, if I was Tua, I would have answered that question a different way. Because I think my words are getting, I don't believe Tua is soft. In those spaces when it first started out, and all offseason, I was banging the table that Tua should be paid. I was banging the table you can win with Tua. I want Tua here. And I'm glad he's our quarterback, right? But the perception, when you hear how he answered it, this guy, Brian Flores, has not been in the building, gentlemen, for 3 years, bro. And this man sounded like a scorned woman when he answered the way he answered. He comes out and he says, well, the difference is one man was downgrading and talking bad and just telling you can't. And another man is uplifting, he's kissing babies and smacking asses, telling you can. It just came off as weak, right? Now, let me pose the question, right? Again, Dan Le Batard, Tua, what's the difference between the McDaniel coaching style and Brian Flores coaching style? I don't care. I'm with Tony. I love salty Tua. If Tua would have came out and said, well, Mike McDaniel is an X's and O's guru, the way he puts me, and not only me, but the offense in general, in positions to succeed, Brian Flores never did that. Some games, because again, remember the Tennessee game when Mike Gesicki came out and said, we didn't even have a game plan for the weather. Tua could have answered it like that, and you're still killing Brian Flores, right? That's a comparison, right? But when you come out, and again, a person like me, and I think all three of us, the reason we get along and stuff, we kind of are products of our own environment, right? And I'm not saying my environment is right and another environment is wrong. And I'm just saying, for me, when I hear someone, oh, well, this guy was basically, and again, I'm not going to sugarcoat it just because people love Tua. One guy was mean to me and another guy is nice
Yeah,
to
okay.
me.
Come
Bro,
on, Lord.
it comes off
That's
as weak, fellas. You know that. Like, come on, Tony.
so when you say weak, right? I would never say, because okay, so like let's say here, you got some people that argue with facts and stats. You got some people arguing with emotions, right? That's just how this fan base go, right? But when it comes to this situation right here, he was speaking facts. It just so happens the way he was treated is dealing with his emotions. I would never call somebody soft for telling the truth. You get what I'm saying? The reason why I sent Alex that video, because that's what Brian Flores said. Ask Tua. And then he after that, he want to say, I think he'll say the same. No, Tua said the truth. And then it comes off as if, for you, Lord, soft. No, it comes out, it's calling it how it is. The man was in there. How would you feel if every time you go in there, your coach, right, which is, that's over you. That's your boss, so to say, right? And every time you come to work, he's telling you how you're no good. He's telling you how you don't belong here. He's telling you how you haven't earned this. This is the person that's supposed to be uplifting you, that's supposed to take your career to another level. This is the person that technically had your career in his hands. And this is how he's speaking to you on a day-to-day basis. Now, whether you like the way Tua handled it or not, that's on you. If it was me, right, and somebody's coming at me that way, I'm not gonna want to come to work every day and deal with this person, because I'm gonna want to punch him in his mouth every time I see him. Me and him gonna get at it. Me and him probably gonna get out on the sideline. We gonna get into it in the locker room. We probably gonna get into it everywhere I see this man, because this is the way he talking to me. Now, Tua might not be that type of individual. You get what I'm saying? He might be less confrontational, but you know what I'm saying? I always, most of the time, I'm not gonna say always, on your side when you say, oh, that's soft. I don't think that's soft. I thought he was speaking his truth, tell them how it really was. And when they asked, because obviously the man felt some type of way, bro. You get what I'm saying? Now, I don't think he's soft, because look how he handled Nick Saban. he had no problem with Nick Saban, and Nick Saban was real tough. It's a difference between
right. No,
coaching you
no,
tough and then
right.
having a personal vendetta against you, bro. And that man had a personal vendetta. That's the only thing I didn't like. And I'm a Brian Flores guy, so let's get that out the way.
And I agree, Tony, right? There was an agenda there by Brian Flores, and I agree. He handled that situation wrong. If I'm Brian Flores now sitting in my office or whatever in Minnesota, I'm looking at this Miami Dolphin current roster and situation, and I'm kicking myself in my own ass, right? Because I could have had that. I agree with everything you're saying. The simple fact is, though, Brian Flores ain't talking about Tua. It's 3 years removed, and he still sounds like a scorned woman, is all I'm saying, bro. Again, nothing he said was false. He was transparent. He didn't lie. Though perception of how he said it, though, it makes him look weak, bro.
How? So did you want him to dance around the subject?
No, Tony. I just told you how I would have answered it, right?
But Lewis, nobody got to answer it how you're a different individual, right?
Right. But you just said, how could you imagine, right? Your words were, imagine going into a building when a guy tearing you down, right? I can't see. I'm
every
not
chance
like
he get.
Perfect. I'm not like all these other guys that try to analyze and will tell you what Tua's thinking or a player's thinking. When a player will come out and say something, we as fans will turn around and we'll try to analyze what they actually meant instead of just listening, right? Now, cool, Tony. I can only put myself in that situation, and Alex as well, right? If I'm showing up somewhere and every day that person is downgrading me, beating me, telling me I can't do this, I can't do that, guess what I'm doing? I'm walking my happy ass in that building and showing that motherfucker I can't. That's what I'm doing. Right?
Right. Okay, cool. But who's to say he didn't do that? Tua overcame.
Did he sound like a man that's doing that, Tony? We're just listening to it. Does it? Oh, okay.
Okay. So what? Okay, listen. The only part I will get you, right? Well, I'll get and you'll have a point there. If the part where he said, I don't care who you are, you could be the president. You're gonna start to believe that stuff if that person is telling you that. That's the only part that I disagreed about that because however, I would feel some type of way because this guy, my coach, has my career in his hands. So if he doesn't believe in me, that means he's not even going to try his best to put me in the best situation for me to succeed as a player, for me to advance, for me to improve. You get what I'm saying? This is the type of, this is the guy that I'm dependent on to help me get. This is my first year in the league as a rookie in the NFL, the highest level, the higher. That's what it is like. You got like a 12% chance in the world to get to this. And then you get in a situation to where coming off injury. So not only, don't forget about that part. Mentally, can you get back into form before pre-injury? Can you get back into that form and get 100%? You get what I'm saying? You might not be at your top level at this point. And then you dealing with a guy that do not believe in you, clearly telling you every time he wanted someone else. Bro, that's not how you handle that. I'm sorry. As an employee, as a manager to employees, I'm not doing that. You know why? Because as he's the coach, right? It's your job to get the best out of your players, right? It's your job to understand how to coach these players. You cannot coach everyone the same. It's your responsibility to understand, okay, he doesn't take too good in that kind of criticism. So maybe I should do it behind closed doors. Or maybe I shouldn't degrade him. Maybe I should be like, yo, listen, you could do better than that. I know you better than this. All you got to do is go out there and show him. Instead of, maybe he thought that's how Tua would have been able to handle that because he would deal with Nick Saban, which is a tough guy. Everybody always assumed that Nick Saban is this tough guy. He's hard as a rock. He's all this blase squad, right? I just seen a video today that they posted on X that Nick Saban out of his own mouth said, I never questioned my quarterback in front of the team. I always did it behind the closed doors. He said, I always stood behind the quarterback because I wanted to see from their point of view. You get what I'm saying? He never did that. He always uplifted his quarterback. So maybe we should reconsider what tough coaching really is. Because it's a difference between being tough on me and wanting what's best for me or just give me a hard time because you really didn't want me in the first place. And you as a human being and anybody that has a real sense of heart and can understand that, bro, I know when you for me, you're not. And you can't tell me you don't know the difference between that. And that's the only issue that I had. If you're supposed to be my coach, yo, this business. Keep business, that personal stuff outside of this building, bro. If you ain't want me, fine, cool. Let's move forward. What can we do? Because both of our jobs, well, technically at that time, both of our jobs is on the line. So you need me as much as I need you. So make the best of it.
See, the problem is we keep going back to the Nick Saban, right?
It's a difference, right?
Yeah, but the narrative is Nick Saban was a hard coach. See, but it's different when you're the best team in college football. Every Saturday you line up, there's no adversity. Most of the games that Tua played at Alabama, he's sitting out at halftime. He's going out third quarter. He's going out because they got a 35, 40-point lead. There's no adversity there. How much hard coaching do you think? Now, again, hard coaching, but from a criticizing standpoint, how Brian Flores, I guess, was criticizing Tua. There's no need at Alabama. Tua's not getting that at Alabama because when you're blowing teams out and you're just better than every other team, I mean, if we're going to talk, right, and when we bring up these scenarios, let's talk about facts. How many first-rounders, wide receivers did Tua play with that team? You want to go down the list?
I think it was 3.
Shit.
Ruggs.
3? Oh, no, he had like 5.
Right? It was 5? Maybe 5. I know Waddle.
Jerry Jeudy.
Waddle. Henry Ruggs III.
Henry Ruggs. And he played with
That's it.
It was like 2 more. That iconic picture. There's 5 receivers, and he played with all of them.
Yeah, what 2 of the starter did was what I with Jaden Hurst here. Remember, they just retooled. They don't go.
But again, he was there. He also played with a top line offensive line. He also played with first
round perfect team.
Backs and stuff. There was no adversity ever.
Hold on. They didn't win a national championship every year they was. So there was adversity. They lost to LSU. That was the back and forth. He started off bad. And if I'm not mistaken, he threw 2 interceptions that game. So don't say it wasn't no adversity. Yes, it was. You get what I'm saying?
The kicker, though.
Huh? Go ahead.
The year Mike. When all that started, right? They only won a championship. They never won a championship with Tua as the starting quarterback going into that season.
Exactly. So that's adversity, Lewis.
What adversity? The man came in at halftime, right? He threw, I think it was 11 passes total in the second half, right? They say he won the national championship. The second year after that, he got hurt. And then remember, they played in the national championship game, and everybody says, well, Tua got there, right? Anybody remember the game right before the national championship game against Georgia where Tua got benched?
Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah.
But that's adversity, Lewis.
No. And again, Nick Saban, that one time of adversity, you think he's going to go in at Brian Flores level?
What you mean? Nick Saban? You talk about Nick Saban?
Yeah, Nick Saban, right?
No,
we're comparing Nick Saban. Right?
No,
we're saying when Nick Saban was a hard coach, yes, he was a hard coach. But was there ever a situation where he could really be hard at Tua? Like go in on him? No, because most of the time
hold on, Lewis.
They're winning games about 40, bro.
I mean, I would give you that argument if they started off on the right foot and then all of a sudden Tua hasn't been doing he wasn't living up to his expectations, and then Brian Flores was started to treat him that way. No, this was from the get-go. He let him know from the get-go he didn't want him. He wanted Jordan Love in the first place. And he remember what he said, you don't belong here. You haven't earned the right to be here, and you're not good enough to be here. That's personal, Lewis. That's not production-wise. He's not looking at his production on the field. He didn't want him in the first place.
I've never debated that. I don't know how many times. So
go ahead,
Brian Flores was wrong in how he handled the situation. I'm not taking that away from Brian Flores. What I'm saying is, we're 3 years going on 3 years now removed, and he still sounds like it hurts him, bro. The last 2 years,
I didn't get hurt in that, Lewis. I saw the truth. I saw somebody.
Nah.
Tony, come on.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. He's reaching to me, in my opinion. I mean, and y'all have said it already, but to me, in my opinion, the past is the past. Like for him to be so elaborate on that question, you could have said, hey, listen, man, there's night and day, no pun intended. There's night and day, how they handle things, this and that, and let it go. For you to sit here and explain it this graphic way and give examples like, bro, like that was 3 years ago, dog. Like you were just in the MVP race last year. What are you worrying about? You know what I'm saying? That's to me, though. That's me. It's like, don't keep reaching in the back because Brian Flores is a nobody right now. He's a defensive coordinator in the Vikings. Nobody's talking about, so don't give him that attention. So I feel like that's what he was doing, unless he just has that pain point.
So my pushback on that is Tua never addressed this publicly. Never. So if he now
he did. He did. He addressed it. If y'all remember, it was right before, I forget what game it was. It came out on CBS. The lady interviewed him, and that's when he questioned himself if he still had it in him.
Okay, see, that's
questioning his confidence.
Right. That part came out. I'm talking about them asking him the difference between being coached under Mike McDaniel and being coached under Brian Flores. He never addressed that. No one asked him to give the difference.
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah.
Okay, so if you never address that, right? If you never address that, okay, this is my opportunity. Obviously, and I'm just speaking for myself. If I feel some type of way, right, and I'm keeping it cool and all that, bro, I just came off possibly my best season, MVP,
right.
in an MVP situation, right? They had him in right there, like okay, probably an MVP candidate towards it. Up until the end of the season, right? I just had the biggest contract in Miami Dolphins history. Remember, you told me,
bro. Like, what are we doing?
But you told me I wasn't going to be able to get that. You told me I wasn't going to survive in this league. You told me I wasn't good enough. I just accomplished all that. I'm popping my collar. You damn right I'm popping my shit now. Yes.
But he didn't say any of that. But that's the thing. He didn't say any of that.
Hold on.
He kept saying he treated me like this and like that, bro. Like at the end of the day, I would have probably switched because he felt like I don't care what he thought. Because I'm this, that.
At the end of the day, hold on. At the end of the day, when he started off, he did say that. Tua can't do this. Oh, but when Tua do that, okay, well, he can't do that. Y'all don't forget about the beginning, how it started off. That's how he started off. So when they asked him that question, you get what I'm saying? That was his opportunity to be like, yo, since everybody, because he got people like Lewis, detractors, saying that he's soft. Well, then he posed it like any person that would want you to feel where they're coming from. How would you feel if every day you go and work, this is how your superior is speaking to you?
I agree with all that. I agree with all that, but I'm not talking about my
problem with saying that. Why? This is my first time addressing this.
But bro,
and then I didn't have no merit to stand on before today. I'm accomplished now. I have things to say. You get what I'm saying?
But Tony, let me ask you a question though. Who you doing it for at that point? It's like, he's
doing it for the interview. He's doing it for his fans. He's doing it for answer the question. First of all, let me tell you something. And I don't know why y'all keep ignoring this part. That man, which is why I had you play that video first, said it was bogus. That means he said he didn't treat him like that. So you're lying on me. That's what don't forget that part. So when I get a chance to address it, no, it wasn't bogus. You did treat me and other people, he said that was here from my rookie season. You get what I'm saying? So not only was it me, it was other people that you treated like this. So don't go on a public platform, you get what I'm saying, and say that was bogus. That's a bold-faced lie. And now I'm calling you out on your lies because the lies you told about me, I proved you wrong. And I have the credentials to show you that I proved you wrong so far. You couldn't say that before that.
And you haven't lied not one time, Tony. You're speaking the gospel, and I completely agree with you. Now, if Tua would have answered that question how Tony just answered it, by popping his collar, again, I love salty Tua. If Tua would have came out and said, Brian Flores, everything you told me when we were in them locker rooms, how I was trash, how you wanted Mac Jones here, you wish you would have drafted Mac Jones in front of me, and all this stuff that supposedly Brian Flores said, if Tua would have answered like that, hey, Tua, pop your collar. Talk your shit, homie. You're proving Brian Flores wrong. That's not how it came off, Tony. When he comes out and he says, oh, well, The difference was one guy, again, treated me bad, and the other one, look, he pats me on my head and pats me on my butt and tells me everything's going to be.
See, that's how you heard it, Lewis. And that's crazy.
Tony,
that's not how he
said.
said it, though, Lewis.
Tony, that's what he said, dog.
No,
that's what he said.
That's what he said, though.
That is not what he said. Get out of here. Won't pat me on the head. Stop it.
He didn't say that.
You know what, Lewis? You don't. You know what? You're doing that because you know that's gonna make him sound soft. You know that's not how he said it. Now me on the other hand, and listen,
that's what he said, dog.
Listen, I get you. You want everybody, right? Everybody didn't grow up in the hood, bro. So everybody ain't gonna say and pop it like we pop it. But
how do you say you heard what you said when he didn't say nothing you said? How can you say you heard that?
I said no. I said you want him to say it how I said it. Everybody didn't grow up in the hood like we did. Yeah, everybody had to get it out the mud.
But you said that's what you heard when you heard him say what he said. You said that's what you heard. But
well, I heard him what?
None of that.
What did I hear?
How he was popping his collar where he was proving Brian Flores wrong, and he didn't say none of that, bro.
No. I said this is the reason. This is why he said it now when he answered that question, because he have accomplished something. He have acclimated that he could show. You get what I'm saying? So now when I talk,
why not,
after you, huh?
Why not bring up those accolades then? Why not bring up those accolades then, Tony?
That's how I would do it.
Right.
I don't know just because he didn't do it exactly how you want to. I'm telling you. See, when I listen to it, this is what I interpreted. You get what I'm saying? I'm not saying he said that word for word, because like I said, even if I was in that situation, me and Brian Flores would have been fighting every day, probably, most likely. You get what I'm saying? I've been in those situations when your superior don't either dislike you, you know what I'm saying, have a disdain for you, and then they feel some type of way. Every time I go there, I don't want to be here, bro, because I know this man gonna make me hurt him. You get what I'm saying? But that's me, though. That's how I'm built. I grew up when you couldn't show no emotions. You couldn't be like that because you gonna be taken advantage of. Period. So I grew up in that matter. So that's how I would have handled it. Me looking at him, he didn't grow up like that. But the way he addressed it, I'm like, I don't got no problem with that. If that man was doing that, right? Because you're limited to what you could do because you can't be fighting with your superior at the time. You have proven nothing. You're a rookie. You ain't got no ground to stand on, bro. These people don't know if you're good or not. You coming off that injury, that hip. So he had a lot of things going against him at that time when he was dealing with that. Now
Tony,
that he's more accomplished, Lewis, now I'm more confident in saying, talk that trash now, bro. Now what you got to say? Right. And you lied on me. Talk about you didn't treat me like that. And you did, bro.
Right there. That's what I'm saying. See, I think you're getting confused. I'm not saying, Tony, that Tua should have told Brian Flores that from the jump. I'm talking about now when this interview happened. Let's say this interview happened last week. They just put it out today. Last week, the last 2 years, Tua's been in MVP conversations, right? He's a top 5 quarterback in every metric you look at. He's top 5. You didn't have to come out in that interview, Tony, and come out and say, well, the difference was, again, this coach treated me good.
Ask him that, Lewis.
No. Again, Tony, when I'm talking, does my mic work? Can people hear what I'm saying?
Well, you were going in and out.
You're good.
They asked him that, though.
Whoa. Well, yeah, I got you. Yeah, you good.
Oh, yeah, that was Paul. God damn.
Tony, the simple fact is, bro, when the man came out and said, bro, right, what is the difference between Mike McDaniel and Brian Flores? I could have came out, or Tua could have came out and said, again, great X's and O's mind, puts us in the right position. From a coaching standpoint, he's just on point. He takes care of everybody. He makes sure we all know what we're doing. He could have then in turn popped his collar and said, Brian Flores, on the other hand, didn't do that. Was horrible at game planning. Never put us in the right positions. We felt like we were not only outmanned on the field, but off the field as well. Right? He could have said that, and that would have been fine.
Hold on, Tony.
Nose, right? Go ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
Let Lewis finish. I got a question about that.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm just saying that would have been popping your collar. Everything you're saying, Tony, which I agree with. That would have been like, hey, there's my shot at Brian Flores. You told me I can't do it. I'm in the MVP conference. Those are the things he should have brought up. Not just, hey, well, the difference was this guy's nice and this guy's mean. Like, come on, bro. Are you a 7, 8-year-old? That's like my 9-year-old coming home from school and telling me, Dad, the teacher was mean to me today at school. Like, the never, what are you talking about? Like,
But
I mean, we live in a world where people want to, I guess, over-explain things nowadays. But my thing about that is also when you look at how he explained it, I don't even think Dan Levitard expected that. He asked you a simple question, bro.
clearly he
He
expected
asked you a
that.
simple question. He expected him to go off about how bad of a terrible person.
Yeah,
Let me
but
ask you a question. How
the
much did he
jump-
say? How much did hold on? He said what is the difference? So exactly how Lewis said, you could have said X, Y, and Z, A, B, C over here. I think he said
You know-
like two things about Mike McDaniel.
Hey, listen.
The whole
Hey, listen.
minute and 45 seconds was about Flores.
journey-
But hold on. So what I'm saying is, my question to you, Tony, is do you think that was like, yo, this is my shot. I haven't talked about this. I got to let people know he's a bad person. Do you think that's exactly what he was thinking?
I believe that's what Tua was thinking. Yes, I will give y'all that, right? But to the part of why he didn't, how many times y'all think he asked him to explain the difference between Brian Flores and him? That wasn't the first time he asked that. Tua answered it like, kind of media trained. The first time when he was like, what I've been through before and come that I've improved. You're gonna say that guy right there is a different version. He said that at the beginning. If you think Dan Levitard didn't ask him that again at the end because he wanted something juicy, which everybody
He was probing. He's a reporter. He's probing, right?
Exactly.
And look at us now.
That's
We're talking about it.
But hold on, because Alex, you cut me off and you got Lewis off. Because let me talk to Lewis. Lewis, my brother, my man. You're a man, right, Lou?
Yo, like he don't talk. Hey, like he don't talk
Hold
enough.
on, let me talk to Lou though. I want to talk to Lou because see, he want to act politically correct, right? He PC right now.
Alex, he don't want you to agree with me. That's what it is.
No. Alex will agree with you.
Man.
I got you. Hey, let Alex agree with you, right? But let me talk to Lewis. Matter of fact, Alex, you can answer this too. You, as a man, especially you, Lewis, because we hear you going off in them spaces. Somebody lied on you. You gonna let them slide off on that? You not gonna address them? Real talk, both of y'all.
100%.
So what was wrong with Tua doing it?
100%, but I didn't sign a $200 million contract, and I don't got better things to go through.
Because he signed $200 million.
I got better things to do, bro.
It's different now.
Hey,
we don't.
I got better shit to do.
Okay.
Me.
How about
but
you,
that's me. That's me, though. I don't got time to be worried about niggas from 3 years ago. That's me. If you asking me right now, yeah, ain't nobody getting off a comment. Because guess what? Nobody gives a shit. But if I'm Tua and I just signed that back, hey, man. But you know what? It's not that I'm not saying, no. I'm not saying, I think I thought about the question again when I asked you I guess that was his chance to sit there and be like, no, hold on. That was, no. I'm just saying, bro. You got that bag and be like, hey, guess what? Come tell me again. I got 200 M's. My thing is, I mean, I guess that was a shot, and he kept probing him and probing. Dan kept probing him, and he was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna let one fly.
How you was in that? Come talk to me again. I got 200 M's.
Yeah, fuck it.
That was you taking a shot at Flores, right?
But that's me.
Okay, cool. That's you exactly. What about you, Lewis? Answer that question. So somebody lied on you, blatantly lied. You letting them slide off with that?
No, absolutely not.
So now, same question. But what's the difference? Why is the problem with Tua did it?
There is no problem, bro. Again,
because you said
it's not a problem. It's the depth of the conversation that he took is what I'm saying. The way he's explaining it, I'm gonna say, yeah, he was X, Y, and Z.
That's everything he lied about. That he didn't do.
Nobody is saying but Tony. But okay, now it's true what Lewis is saying. Nobody is saying that what he's saying is a lie. It's about.
I didn't say a lie. I'm asking you why do y'all feel like he's wrong for doing what he did?
He's not wrong.
It's not that he's wrong. I think he just went too much.
What's the problem here then? So maybe I'm lost then.
Again,
that's what I'm saying.
No, you're definitely lost.
Because y'all talk about 4 years ago.
No. You're definitely lost. What I'm saying is, Tua should have popped his collar in this interview with Dan Levitard.
Exactly.
He could have take every shot. Say, hey, I'm one of the highest paid quarterbacks in the league, Brian Flores. You lied on me, said I was never going to get a contract. You were wrong. Brian Flores, you said you couldn't win with me. Obviously, we're winning 2 years straight. We're in the playoff, right? That's a lie, Brian Flores. You said that I'm trash and you wish you would have had this other player. According to sources, Mac Jones, right? Mac Jones is fighting for a backup quarterback job in Jacksonville. you lied, Brian Flores. That's where you're wrong. No one is saying if Tua says that, he's wrong. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is that's not what Tua said. You guys were talking about, oh, well, that's what he meant. No, that question was asked, what is the difference between Mike McDaniel and Brian Flores? This man went in to say, one is nice, one is mean.
No, he didn't say that. No, he didn't. He said one told me I wasn't worth being here. One told me I would never make it here. One told me I wasn't good enough. One told me I didn't earn a right to be here. So problem with y'all is, and Lord, this is hypocritical of you. You're mad because he didn't take the PC route. He didn't take the nice guy route.
But it's not about being a nice guy.
Is that what you think? Is that what you think I want him to do?
Yeah, because you said he should have said, oh, you told me to. No. Every day you came in here, you told me I wasn't good enough. You told me that I didn't earn a right to be here. You told me that I wasn't going to make it here. You told me that you didn't want me. You wanted somebody else.
Unbelievable.
That's how I'm doing it. This is what you told me, because you also went on another platform and you told them that was false.
You heard? That's what you heard.
No. What I heard?
That's what you heard? I'm saying
that's what you heard. No, that's not what I heard. I said that's how I would have did it. Right. I'm just explaining to you.
I think we agree with how we would have said something.
He should have said it in a specific way. He don't gotta say it the way you want to do it, because y'all two different people.
Lewis is saying it sounds better if you kill him with the facts. I'm this, I'm that, I'm that. You're saying to me. Hold on, listen. So you're saying
that sounds soft to me. The way he told him to answer, that sounds soft to me. Oh,
we're answering the question three different ways, and we're all getting the same result.
I don't want to hear you talk about, oh, I'm an MVP. No. That's too PC for me. It was a personal vendetta. And when I address you, my boy, it's gonna be personal, and you're gonna know it's personal.
So you want to hear him cry about how the man treated him?
I didn't hear him cry. I heard him say the difference when you got somebody coming here that's telling you this, that you ain't good enough. I ain't gonna keep on repeating it the same way. You ain't good enough.
Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
For Alex as well, right? Now check this out, because I'm starting to get tired. I'm starting to see a pattern. This is only the second episode, but the pattern is Lewis is getting cooked out here, right? Now, fine. Now watch this. Remember what I told you before our first episode, right? And we were talking about, the topics we're going to talk about. Should we throw it in a poll? You remember those conversations?
Yeah, I've said no. I said no because it's Tua. We know I'm winning this.
No. Now watch this, Tony. Right?
I want to address that question too when you finish. Go ahead.
Absolutely. Let's say, for the sake of this conversation, we start getting reports. I brought this up into space, but everybody wants to kind of just nonchalant, not even worry about what the comment, right? Remember, we're talking about the situation between Brian Flores and Tua. Now watch this. If you come out and you hear a story that Mike McDaniel is in the room or in the building going crazy, right? Let's say he's absolutely nuts, and he's going up to Liam Eichenberg, and every day he's telling Liam Eichenberg, homie, you're trash. You can't play. I want to go get somebody else. I'm looking to trade because I want to replace you. Do you think these people in the chat that are saying Lewis is getting cooked is coming to Liam Eichenberg's defense?
No.
Do you think they're going to be upset of how the head coach is treating Liam Eichenberg?
Probably not. But you want to ask,
and what's the difference, Tony?
Now this is what we finna different. This is where we finna part ways. I'm finna show you why we part ways. Liam Eichenberg, go out there, prove him wrong. Go out there and be a top guard or center or a tackle. They brought you in here to be a tackle. Go out here and put that on film. You shouldn't have film of you getting trashed, thrown away, or whatever. You get what I'm saying? Because you have, which is why, hold on, which is why I preference my argument by saying Tua has to acclimate now to pop his collar.
No.
That's the difference between him and Liam Eichenberg. Hold on, wait. Go ahead.
Hold on. Because when Brian Flores was telling Tua that, though, he was playing like trash.
Right. And that's why.
So again, what we're mad of how he was treating them when the quarterback was playing like dog shit, though.
Hold on, but what I'm saying is if he was talking to Liam Eichenberg like that, right? And you come up here, guess what we gonna say? Bro, that was dead wrong. What how he treated you. But you can't go pop your collar like how Tua did. You got to be like, you get what I'm saying? Even though it was true, but you ain't have to do me like that because that's not how I learned. That's a different word. What to say? It's different than how you can answer those questions. Tua has proven that man wrong. And if Liam Eichenberg if Brian Flores would have came out and said he didn't treat Liam Eichenberg in those ways, right? And then Liam Eichenberg came out and said, no, you did treat me like this. This is what you told me. He'll be just as wrong. Now, just because one is not as good as the other one, don't mean that it makes it right, because that will make it worse for Brian Flores, because they'll be like, well, God dog, bro, you breaking everybody down. That way that you address it and you handle yourself don't work for nobody on the team.
Hey, Tony, when Tua was having up and down, good game, bad game, good game, bad game, man. And
Right.
supposedly Brian Flores was telling him, you're trash, you're this, you're trash, you're that, you're trash, you're this, right? Okay, cool. What the argument and people tell me is, well, Brian Flores should have gave him a chance because he's showing flashes. He has put some good tape out there. Okay, cool. Has Liam Eichenberg not put out good tape out there? Has anyone ever seen Liam Eichenberg put good tape or good film or just anything? Or has all his plays ever been trash?
All of them not trash. Liam has played pretty good in some instances. I won't be one of the ones to hate him.
But the narrative is trash. They don't care about the flashes. They don't care about, oh, well, maybe he could turn the corner because he's shown it and done it. Now, that argument for Tua,
what about consistency, Lewis?
Tua wasn't consistent in his first 2 years, Tony.
Yes, he was. Tua got better every year that he came in. It might have not been as consistent as you wanted him to be, but that man improved every single year since he's been in the league. You cannot say that he was playing trash. He had one season where he was up and down, up and down. Now, what about what was Gotsey? Who was his offensive coordinators? Who was his weapon?
Yeah, Gotsey and Stewsville, and the first year was Chan Gailey.
Right. So we're not acting like that man put him in the best position to succeed either. He didn't get him the best situation. Now, whether it was Brian Flores or Chris Greer or whoever y'all want to blame for at that particular time, the difference is, you get what I'm saying? Even though you don't have the weapons that you have now, even though you didn't have as good as the team that you had now, you get what I'm saying? You still don't want to add on to it with a coach that continue to tell you, I ain't want you anyways, bro. It's just piling on, bro, at some point.
I agree. But again, that's the question I asked you. You didn't answer. You danced around it and
you asked me about Liam Eichenberg. I just told you about that.
No. You said, I asked you if he had shown flashes and this and that. You said if you moved it to where Tua was.
I said consistency. Liam Eichenberg, he had look here and there.
Tua's first 2 years, he wasn't consistent.
Yes, he was, Lewis.
He was up and down, bro. It was good and bad.
Lewis. So, okay, you know what? If you say that, right? Has he been consistent the last two seasons? Okay, so tell me what's the difference in the way Tua played? Because if you say up and down, right? Hold on. Let me get this out so you can answer this correctly, because you're about to talk too soon. If you say he was inconsistent, his downfall was towards the end of the season, like it is now. He wasn't inconsistent in the beginning of the season. He was at the end of when them big boys came out to play. The same way we still criticize him, you got to get over the hump and them big boys. He was doing the same thing with Brian Flores. So where's the non-inconsistency at? He's doing the same thing now. He just had better numbers. He wasn't in January. I mean, in September, August, September, October, all of them. He wasn't playing bad in when he was under Brian Flores either. It was when he got into November, December, January. The Tennessee game, the Buffalo, the two games that we needed to get in the playoffs that he folded in.
I don't even know what that means though. What are we talking about?
That means because you saying he wasn't consistent. I'm like, yes, he was. He was getting better every year. So where was the inconsistency under the Brian Flores years?
I ask you then. Okay, cool. Is Liam Eichenberg getting better year by year?
No, not consistently. No. He showed flashes. It's a difference between showing flashes and consistently getting better, Lewis. You got to stay on that level.
So Tua showed flashes against, using your words, and let me see if I hear you correctly, right? Tua showed flashes against all these sorry teams, and then when the competition steps up, he gets inconsistent, right?
No, I say towards the end of the year because he beat Buffalo. So that's a good team. He beat Baltimore. That's a good team. So we're not going to sit here like against upper echelon. No. I'm saying
was Liam Eichenberg on the field when we played Buffalo that Tua got that win?
Yeah, he was.
That's all I'm saying. So this narrative.
Wait, hold on. Wait. Time out. Hold on. Was he on the field? Was he at guard?
I'm just asking the question.
For who?
Was he on? No, he wasn't on the field. We had Armstead, Isaiah Wynn, Connor Williams, Robert Hunt, and Austin Jackson. He wasn't on the field.
Perfect. That's cool. So he was part of the team.
Yeah, he was. See, now you can't switch the part of the team to on the field. He wasn't there, Lewis. That's what I'm saying. The reason he wasn't there because inconsistency. You wasn't consistently good, bro. They drafted you to be the tackle, right tackle.
And he hasn't lived up to his potential.
Right? Still to this day, though, Lewis. Even under better coaching, he's improving slightly now. Cool, but it's still inconsistent. You come on, Lewis. You can't act like just because you want to get your point across.
I'm not comparing Liam Eichenberg to Tua Tagovailoa. I'm definitely not doing that.
All right.
All I'm saying is I'm comparing the situations. People in this fan base hate the fact that Brian Flores treated Tua Tagovailoa like that, which I agree with. He was wrong. Would they have a problem if Mike McDaniel treated any other player? Because Tony and Alex,
I don't know. Maybe they don't. I'm telling you how I would.
No. But you do know. You do know because you're in those spaces with. You do know because you're in those spaces with me all day.
Okay.
You hear how these people talk about Liam. They talk about every other player, right? They'll kill their mother, dad, kid, everybody to save Tua. You can't say nothing about Tua. But any other person that would have had this same criticism or controversy that Tua goes through, right? They would have a problem.
But Lewis, let's be realistic. You can't compare Liam Eichenberg to Tua because at the end of the day, the quarterback get the most criticism when they do wrong. The quarterback get the most praise when the team do good. So we got to keep the same energy when it comes to certain situations. We can't say the heaviest the crown because you're the quarterback and you're the highest paid, and you got to take all of the criticism that come with that if your team fail, and then try to say, well, Liam Eichenberg, it's two different situations, two different players.
Let me give you another player, Tony.
He still ain't gonna be the quarterback though, Lewis.
He's not gonna be the quarterback, but you're making it seem because Liam Eichenberg is not that caliber player. Okay, cool. I'll give you a multi-time Pro Bowler, and I even think he won All-Pro in this league before. Xavier Howard. Reports were Brian Flores and Xavier Howard had a bad relationship.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't like each other. Now, Tony, I'll ask you, Alex, the same way. How many times have you heard anybody in our fan base talk about how Brian Flores treated Xavier Howard?
Before Xavier Howard came out and said he ain't had no problem with it?
No. I'm talking about
No. Let me answer my question. Everybody, in general, nobody. In general, everybody was blaming him. Hold on, Lewis, you can't do that.
Was mean to Xavier Howard. How many times?
Let me answer. Or you? When everybody was criticizing him for the way he treated everybody on his team, making them walk in the single file line, making these people do that little run to the take no talent.
Take no talent, Wall.
Yeah, everybody was criticizing him. Xavier Howard actually helped him a little bit by saying, I didn't mind because he kept the same energy with everybody. So don't sit here and act like nobody was. It was only on Tua.
Say that again for the people in the back. Say that one more time. What he said?
He said, I didn't mind because he kept the same energy with everybody.
So why does everybody have a problem? He was treating everybody like that.
Wait, listen, just like you say.
What's the problem? He's treating everybody like that.
You gonna let me answer? As somebody that's someone superior, it should treat everyone the same. Everyone do not take and learn and adhere to what you're saying in the same form. It's not like that, bro. That's not how people work. You can't say that. Me and you could go yell at our top of our lungs, and we're gonna go have a beer later. People on here think we finna fight. But if I turn around and do that with somebody else, I'm not gonna say no names. You feel what I'm saying? They might be like, man, I can't never talk to Tony because he always yelling at me. So you gotta understand, as a superior, you can't come at everybody like that. That's not one way. It's not the right way. You gotta this is what you're getting paid to do. You have to be a leader of men, and being a leader of men, you have to understand that everyone doesn't take leadership or criticism the same way. You have to learn that. That's your job as a coach. Learn how to get the best out of your players, bro. So,
are you under the opinion that the way Brian Flores coach doesn't work in the NFL?
I don't think it worked for the players that he had on his team. I would never say it don't work in the NFL because that man. Listen, I was shocked when he got fired. Right, I wasn't a person that said I don't like Brian Flores. That I'm not one of them. I was a supporter of him. Man, I'm 40 years old, bro. Our coaches used to slap us in the head, man. Our coaches used to push us to the ground, make us get up, put their feet on your back, and make you do push-ups. So I understand that. But what I wanted to be able to get up and say, man, if you don't get you get what I'm saying? I would have liked to have did that. But at that point, I was like, that's just how it is. You got to accept it. You get what I'm saying? But you get what I'm saying? If everybody, like I said, Lewis, where I grew up at, you had to be able to deal with that kind of stuff because you wouldn't survive. But somebody that grew up in the suburb, I don't know what Tua grew up at, they wouldn't be able to endure the same type of punishment, the same type of criticism, the same type of treatment that I could and still overcome that because they weren't born like that. They didn't have to go through things.
But right there, that's wrong.
How?
I'm going to give you a suburban kid that overcame.
I didn't say everybody in the suburban. I say somebody who might not be able to do that.
Oh, okay. All right.
You get what I'm saying? I'm just giving you two different ways of life, how people grew up, how they used to being treated, how they used to that everyday life. You get what I'm saying? Listen, you know, we grew up. Sometimes you don't know if you're gonna make it in the house, and then y'all be your beef. You get what I'm saying? You have to be built for things like that. Some people hey, we grew up in the hood. Some people ain't come outside because they ain't want.
I just think it's from a mindset perspective, though, Tony. Because at the end of the day, listen. Tom Brady was a suburban kid, right? Grew up in San Francisco, had both mom and dad, lived a great life, got to go to 49er games when he was a kid, lived a great life. Belichick was a straight asshole to him in an 10-year dynasty and 6 Super Bowls.
How do you know he was a straight asshole to him?
It hasn't been reported, Tony?
I didn't hear if you heard that. I didn't hear that.
So you what do you think?
Tom Brady was
Tom Brady has came out on interviews and said he really doesn't even understand why Belichick never liked him.
I never heard that. But what I have heard was all the other players, you get what I'm saying? The only reason they dealt with him because they had a Tom Brady. Because if it wasn't for Tom Brady, they wouldn't deal with that. I heard multiple players. Asante Sam, you said it.
You know why they dealt with that, though? Because they seen him go at Tom Brady like that.
No. So they dealt with that because they was winning. It's been documented. Go look at the same people that did the interview. Me? Yes, they said out his mouth. I ain't say this. They said this.
You have heard multiple people, Willie McGinnis's of the world, Teddy Bruschi's of the world, Ty Law's of the world. They said they accepted. Right, Randy Moss.
The real reason is Asante Samuel. I'm giving 2 people that I heard say it. You could give people like Julian Edelman like them, but I'm giving you people that said they would never dealt with it. And these are all pro type players.
Those guys all said they dealt with it because they watched Tom Brady get
berated. They didn't. They all said, go look at it. They all said that's. Listen, the 2 people that I said that was the Tom Brady. That was the Tom Brady way. That wasn't the Bill Belichick. They already came out, bro. That was Tom Brady. That wasn't Bill Belichick. And if it wasn't, you had a Tom Brady in there that you knew was going to get you to the promised land. So you're going to deal with that. And him, Asante Samuel tell you 100 times how many times he had to ignore Bill Belichick. Plenty of times he had to ignore him because he know Tom Brady was going to get the job done. Plenty of times. So it goes both ways. You got players that are going to like him, and that goes back to my point, Lewis. You got to understand certain people can deal with that, and certain people can't. That's going right back to my point.
Tony, do you think or Alex as well? Do you think Brian Flores is the leader of men?
I wouldn't say that. No.
I think he's learned now to be a leader of men, because he even said after, when he was, with no job and everything, he's reevaluated the way he, has coached before, and he knows this was his downfall. I think as a rookie head coach, you couldn't put on that mantra of, I'm the big bad wolf and this and that. Like, you haven't won shit either. You won as an assistant. So I think you coming over here and doing that, it really just made you look like an asshole, and it didn't even work. Because the tough shit don't work for everybody. And let's be honest, the tough shit only works when you're winning. Because look what happened to Bill Belichick. Everybody's tired of that motherfucker anyway. He's out.
He can't even get a job. You know what? I ain't even going to say that, because this ain't about Bill Belichick.
I think he could get a job. I think he's being very picky. But
the man is 80 years old.
Oh, okay, cool.
But
cool.
But like, you guys even try to elaborate too, it's different football though. It's different football. The way he coaches was the back then, and I heard it in spaces today too. It's just different. It's just different adults nowadays. It's not like the back in the day. These guys are a lot. They're told their whole life that they're great at everything, and then when they face a little bit of adversity, I mean, it changes. And maybe that was it for Tua. Maybe he came in. Maybe Tua already came in a little shaken because he didn't know how his hip was going to be. And on top of that, you got, a rookie head coach telling him, I didn't even want you anyway. Because if you really think about it, Brian Flores is probably like, bruh, this is my first head coaching job. I could have had, I'm not even going to say what quarterback, X, Y, and Z, and you give me this dude. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, everybody has their thing. But I think the topic has evolved to a whole other segment. Another thing he said in this interview, bro, which is very important. Another thing was very important. Do we have a problem with him saying we were trying to get Tyreek to 2K?
You want to take that first, Lewis, or you want me to do it? You want me to take it, or you want me to do it?
No, let the bad guy go first. Right?
Okay. All right,
you gotta say with the Cuban accent.
Hold on, Lewis. You know what? I'm gonna sit this up here because I think you might earn this right now, because this might be the first time you say something I agree with. Go ahead.
That should have been already on its way to the crib. You know what I'm saying?
All right,
listen, the simple fact is, right? Tua's too honest, bro. He's honest to a fault, and sometimes it gets him in trouble, right? This is another bad comment, and I'm not even going to put it on Tua, bro, right? He said it. He let the cat out of the bag. So that's where his fault was. I'm going to a Mike McDaniel perspective. This is horrible, right? Because we all know that Mike McDaniel, Tyreek has came out and said the first time he talked to McDaniel mentioned 2000. McDaniel out of his own mouth said the first time he talked to Tyreek, he told him about 2000. We sat here all off season and talked about what one of the Dolphin problems. They're too Tyreek-centric.
Yeah.
Right? Everybody has said it. If you're a player, right, take your pick. Raheem Mostert, Jalen Waddle, Marios, Ray Crab, Durham Smythe, whoever. Because we've watched all 22 during the season, and all those guys I just mentioned have been open. One play or another, where Tua's not looking or the ball don't come out or whatever, right? We all seen guys were open to or available to make plays. Tua didn't get the ball. Now we've seen Tua throw balls to Tyreek in double coverage. We've seen him throw up balls into triple coverage to Tyreek Hill. I think it's a bad look for the overall aspect of everybody, but it's a real bad look on McDaniel, because Tua's words were, he said him and Mike McDaniel, we were everybody. He said everybody knew what we were doing. That's a bad look, right? Because Tony, when he says everybody knows, he's talking about everybody on the Dolphins, right?
Yeah.
But I'm going to take it one step further.
The rest of the league.
That means Alex knows it.
Yeah.
He knows it. Every defensive coordinator in the league knows it. Every team you're going to play knows it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if I take away Tyreek Hill or I stop Tyreek Hill, guess what? Now I stop Miami. We know you're force feeding. Bro, it's just a bad look all around. And these are the situations right here, just like I told you in the last one. I think Tua could have answered the question about Brian Flores a little bit differently. He definitely should have answered this question differently, right? That's something you shouldn't have came out public and put out in the atmosphere, because this could come back and bite him in the ass, right? And I know a little bit later we'll talk about responsible what Jalen Waddle said. That's even more concerning to me. Like, and again, we'll save that for later. But Tony, what are your thoughts on it? But for me, bro, I just didn't like it. I didn't like the comment at all.
Lord, listen, like I said, we was going to agree with this. I didn't like that at all, bro. Because let's just say, yo, how did Waddle feel about it? And how did Jordan Smite feel about this? How did Raheem Mostert feel about this? I'm not gonna say I don't want to say no rookie that haven't been on the team, right? But let's just say Mostert, Jordan Smite, Craig Kraft, he's been here before, in Waddle, right? Like, coach, that wasn't the first thing you said to us when you got here. Like, you were trying to get us to break records. We've been out here putting on for this team. And then Jalen Waddle and Tua supposed to be best friends type. Tua, you ain't go to coach and be like, nah, bro, what about Waddle? Can we get him 2,002? And we trying to get 4,000 yards between two receivers or something like this? Is this how this going to happen? Because it just sounds bad all around. I get it. Tyreek is that dude. You want him to do special things. But what about the rest of the team? You don't want them to do special things? You don't never hold one person because that creates resentment, bro. Players can start resenting that. And if their numbers start going down, thank God most have had a career year. You get what I'm saying? Thank God Waddle got injured because his numbers went down a little bit. You get what I'm saying? For them to have reasons for their numbers to, and Waddle, from his standpoint, his numbers were down because he was a little dinged up most of the year. But let's just say if Mostert would have had a bad season, and you got this in your mind that we are trying to get Tyreek. What makes him so special? What makes him bigger than the team? Because that's what that sounds like. His numbers is bigger than the team. I thought it was about winning. And when you come to win, sometimes you got to make sacrifices. And that means everyone. So you got to sacrifice not being 2,000 yards. Nah, bro. And as a coach, which is, okay, I'm going to talk it up. You this second year in the league, or was it the first year he got Tyreek? I'm tripping. He got Tyreek since his first year, right?
First year.
Yeah, right. So I'm going to talk about, maybe you was a rookie. You get what I'm saying? And you didn't understand what that was. But for the second year in a row, y'all didn't decide to be like, okay, nah, bro, this is not how they're going to be, because that's not what's beneficial for the team. That's not what's going to get this team over the hump, because quiet as it's kept, and nobody, I ain't gonna say nobody, but we don't harp on this fact. Tyreek came up short in the big games just as well as anybody else. He had a drop touchdown in every last one of those games. Every last one of those games. So are we going to criticize him like we do Tua? Because we go back and forth with Tua all day. But what about Tyreek when it was known that you were supposed to be the man and your numbers were good? Bro, you know what I would rather have? A 1,300-yard season, but you got 15 touchdowns, and seven of them came against them big-time games to help us get an extra win or two. I'd rather take that over you leading the league 2 years in a row, the first receiver to have 1,700 yards back-to-back. It ain't get us no playoff win. It ain't get you to show up in a big-time game. How many of them big-time games did he have 100 yards in?
Yeah,
did he have it in Buffalo? Did he have it in Kansas City? What about Philadelphia? What about Dallas? You know what I'm saying? Baltimore Ravens. These are all the games that he dropped touchdowns in. I did not like that, and that's what you won't get no pushback. Nah, bro, I didn't like the way that came off, because that seemed like everybody said we're too Tyreek centric. And what kind of message are you sending to the rest of the team? That's not a good look, bro. For real.
One thing that's not talked about, I mean, and now it's water under the bridge because it's already situated. But if you're Waddle and you hear that, you're like, damn, bro, I'm trying to get paid this year. Like, what do you mean? Like, I got to have a good season too. I'm trying to get that bag. So obviously, I mean, I think it was just the Tyreek effect. Like, you can't tell him no or something because he's your star dude, all pro. But I don't know. That's kind of crazy. What happened?
I don't know who this guy is, but he made a great point right here. I don't know who he is. You couldn't kick a field goal for the record, but you want to get Tyreek $200K. That is a great. Nobody even thought about that, bro. But that's a great point right there.
That's true.
You don't want to get the record for the team. A team record is going to history. The whole team, the entire team will be remembered for the score the most points. But you want to
that's true.
That is not consistent. That's a great point right there.
I mean, that right there just shows too. I mean, I don't know if the leadership now, obviously, you know, Tyreek even said in prior interviews is what happened?
You subscribe. Show some love to him.
Oh, okay, for sure. The thing about that too is, I mean, obviously now you see Tua's leadership, and Tyreek has said it in the past too that he don't care about that no more and all this, obviously because you're not going to do it 2 years in a row. But that's just the leadership now that Tua has to also, you know, stand on. Is obviously back then as a leader, if you say, nah, bro, like we're going to do what's right for the team, that just kind of tells you that they were very centric, and it just magnifies it. And obviously, hopefully, it doesn't happen again, but. You know, it's just something that you never want to hear, obviously, from a team, and everybody gets out that obviously, you know, you're focusing on one guy. It doesn't send the right message, especially if you're
not a good
on that roster.
Hey, Crypto, no, he didn't have a drop, but he did get injured, so he wasn't there when we needed the most either in that game. So there you go, take that with you.
That is true too.
Tony and Alex, do you have a problem in the comments that Jalen Waddle said?
Yes. Now, well, I don't know if he said this, so I don't want to put words in his mouth, Lewis. But if it was,
trying to look that up actually.
When Tua said, is in that same interview, Tua said Waddle didn't have a problem with him. He said he's here to do whatever he can to help. To help what? Tyreek get 200 yards? I mean, 2,000.
He said he was here to support.
To support.
What the hell exactly does support mean? Because I've been coming out here and arguing that Jalen Waddle is a wide receiver one.
I got a Waddle jersey. I don't have a Tua. I mean, Tyreek jersey.
I got a Waddle jersey as well.
I'm
got that 10 though.
You hear me? We drafted him. Tyreek. You got to earn my money. I get it. Waddle was drafted. He's been putting on since he's been here. You get what I'm saying? But hey, I invested in you, bro. I want you to be the man because you're gonna be here longer than Tyreek. You get what I'm saying? Right. So I think you should have took that a little bit, and not just me. I think you should have took that just a little bit personal and said what we mean by this. Is he gonna support my 200? Y'all, you know what? Let him get 2,000. I want 24. What's the record for the receiving touchdowns? 24 or something like that.
Receiving? No,
whatever it is. I want to break that record in touchdown. Yeah, you can have your yards.
I think it was Randy Moss that year he played with Tom
Brady,
Randy.
Correct?
Oh, that was like 28. Ain't it? Well, I
think it was 20. I think it was 25. I think
25. So I need
23. 23 Randy Moss. 23. Yeah.
All right. No so I need 24 of them things. Y'all want to give him 2,000? Go ahead. I need 24 of them. So is he gonna support me? That's what I'm saying, bro. It could go so left with this mindset. We got to call a spade a spade. Another team is all about the logo, bro. So regardless of who the player is, if you do something that I deem is not beneficial to the logo, I got to call you out on it. That we not accepting that kind of what? I'm here to support.
Absolutely, right? But that's why in my opening statement, hopefully my mic sounds a little bit better, right?
Joe, yeah.
The simple fact is, though, I'm holding more of Mike McDaniel's feet to the fire. Because you two gentlemen know as well as me, right? And not going back to the Brian Flores thing, but here we go. We'll go back a little bit. The narrative about Brian Flores is he was sabotaging not only Tua, but the team, right? Could I make an argument that if a head coach is so intimate, like he wants this record for Tyreek, he wants to get 2,000 yards, is Mike McDaniel putting the team in the best position to succeed? Is he putting his players above the team? Because, again, for Mike McDaniel, it's great to have on his resume. He's already going down as he's the guy that fixed Tua, right? Okay, cool. Right.
For sure.
Now to add to that resume, let me go get the first 2,000-yard receiver. But, again, a lot of people want this team to run the ball more, to be more balanced. A lot of people want a third receiver. A lot of people want the tight end to get more involved. But if the head coach is saying, bump the running game, bump the third receiver, bump the tight end, my agenda here is to get Tyreek Hill 2,000 yards. Is Mike McDaniel not sabotaging the team? Is that not a form of sabotage?
It could be deemed as so because, I mean, if you just one player centric, and that's one player above the team, it could be perceived as that. So, and you want to stay away from that as a head coach. You don't want to give no room for somebody to critique you or somebody to feel like you showing favoritism. That's not a good look as a head, especially as a rookie head coach. Like, yo, this how you starting off? We've been here putting in work. We had to endure those that's 5-11 season. You get what I'm saying? We had to do that 10-6 and then going to 9-8 before you got here. We had to endure losing the last 2 games, 2 seasons back to back in order and not get in the playoffs. And you gonna come here and say the dude that you just brought in here, you want to make him break a record? Man, please. No, we ain't doing that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, dog.
Listen. Hey, this topic alone, I mean, it did rub people the wrong way. Some people the wrong way for the simple fact that you don't want to hear that from your leaders, especially the head coach. But I mean, that being said, obviously that's water under the bridge. Now let's talk about somebody that Tony famously, and I got a lot of DMs about this. I don't know, people. I don't know what to tell you, but Tony famously left off of his early 53, man. Cam Smith. What do we think about? He balled, man. He stopped that bomb with no pass interference, perfect coverage. The dude had 4 tackles, a pass breakup, almost an interception. He was balling, and he gets hurt on a special teams play. As a gunner. What do we feel about him now? Getting hurt. Like, is he at a crossroads for you, Tony? Lewis, I mean, is this something that you're tired of hearing coming from a second-round pick?
So,
well, I'm gonna leave that to Tony. Tony's the one that left him off the damn roster.
All right, cool. So I'm glad you keeping your toes, right, Lewis? Because
yeah.
my explanation was what? Injuries, availability. This was my explanation for now. Now, I got a question for Lewis. Alex, you was representing for the chat, right? So I got a question for you because you're gonna have to answer for the chat. And I wish Ian was in here because he was the one gave me the most of the pushback, right?
Who?
I'm gonna let you know the chat is undefeated.
Whoever that is, Lewis.
Who? Yeah, I have no idea who that is.
But if they put him on the pup list or they put him on the injury reserve, do we make the 53-man roster? I'm asking for a friend.
You're not cutting a second-round pick, bro.
I'm asking. I didn't say cut. I said 53-man roster. I never said cut.
He ain't going nowhere, bro.
Can you answer for the people in the chat? If he gets IR and they try to stash him like they do it, they can't do him. If they do it now,
he's done for the season.
He's done for the season. But after next week, he will be able to go and he got to miss these 4. So do he make that initial 53-man roster? If they put him on him. So I'm just saying before y'all was roasting me because I left one person out and I said injuries, bro. I told y'all that was only his 3rd practice, bro. 3rd. And I'm like, I'm going by. Now, Lewis, I'm gonna help you out. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm tired of putting belt the rear end to you. Your rebuttal should have been Ethan Bonner hurt right as well. So, but nobody said that. But I'm gonna help y'all out because I'm tired of this.
Well, no, we talk about Cam Smith. I was gonna get into that because right now you really don't have a luxury.
Because I had Ethan Bonner on my 53-man roster and he was dealing with concussion at the time. And nobody brought that up, but I'm gonna help y'all out a little bit, so it won't look like I'm just abusing Lewis. I'm tired of people seeing me doing like this. Come on,
listen. I think I speak for the chat. I think I speak for the chat when I can say that he ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere. If you've held on to a Liam Eichenberg where every year, don't matter how good he's playing, and then he ends up shitting the bed, he gets somebody hurt, he's inconsistent. It doesn't matter. He's not going nowhere. And anybody in the comments that says that, they're just trolling because he's not going nowhere. Now, Ethan Bonner, obviously, this is his chance to even more solidify his spot, right?
Right.
But Alex, but he has a concussion, so
Alex,
you don't even know.
You was out there at the training camps with me. Who was getting the second team reps?
No, for sure. Because Cam was hurt. Cam had the hamstring, and he pulled it again. But it was all Cam. It was all Ethan Bonner. It was all Ethan Bonner for sure.
So I'm only going by what I'm seeing out there. You get what I'm saying? And for you not to stay healthy, yo, bro, you like.
Let me ask you this question though. Obviously, Bonner's playing great. He got a concussion, and you gotta keep a guy like Cam Smith as your 2nd round pick. Do you then look at the other side and say, wait a minute, I know I signed Braxton Berrios for pennies. Do I just cut him because I'm going to keep my second round pick? Obviously, something like that is going to happen before they cut a guy who's on that type of contract. You know what I'm saying? Because we know that Cam Smith could come back and contribute. We know he's got the talent. We know he can stay on the field. Well, he can't stay on the field, but when he's on the field, he's good, right? So that's what I'm saying. There's way too much upside for you to sit there and say, "Hey, I'm done. Another hamstring, I'm done."
I get it, but I wasn't saying cut him and get rid of him. You get what I'm saying? But they stashed Todd.
No, I get that part.
You know what I'm saying? It's just a 53-man roster. Like, bro, you haven't been healthy all training camp. How are you gonna make the roster if just on your third? Like, I didn't see it at that point. Hopefully he proved me now. That's one thing. Hopefully he proved me wrong and make it. I don't mind. You know what I'm saying? But based on what I'm seeing, and you're not being available, you're not starting on that 53-man roster. You're not even gonna be available to start. And we got a lot of people that we have to take in consideration. A lot of positions that there's a lot of talent that we don't want to lose. D tackle, i.e., D tackle. We have a lot of D tackles. We want to keep a couple of them. You know what I'm saying? It will be a luxury to keep a Duke Roddy and a Channing Tindall. You know what I'm saying? If they see fit to do that. But you get what I'm saying? Oh, Duke Roddy. Duke Roddy is really good on special teams, so we're not doing that. And so,
that's cool. I'll pick anybody else on special teams.
Hey, but what? Just remember, Cam Good. I've been saying Cam Good out there. What they gonna do with Cam Good? He going to?
Cam Good too.
They're gonna stash him.
I think Leonard Payne. I think there's a lot of guys that we deem as good, but we don't mean they're not gonna really go anywhere because these are guys that are on minimum deals. When you talk about the only reason I say this because when you talk about a Cam Smith, I mean he's on a rookie contract, bro. Like somebody's gonna pick that up. When you talk about undrafted free agents that we feel are good, that doesn't mean the Cardinals value them like that. That doesn't mean the Browns value them like that. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, there's gonna be hard cuts for us. But in reality, I mean, these coaches are going to be like, let's not forget, this guy was called, a month after the draft. You know what I'm saying? So, but I don't know. Maybe Lewis has a different perspective on that.
No, listen, the simple fact is Cam's going to make the roster because everybody has told me Chris Greer is stubborn on his draft picks. So just that reason alone, bro, he's making this roster. I'm with Alex. You're not trying now. Again, listen, he could end up on the pup list.
Okay.
Anything could happen, but nah, bro. Listen, he is going to be on this team. I don't think there.
But is he gonna make that 53-man roster? The initial 53.
Yes, I say yes. I think
injured and all. He's gonna be on that injured and all.
Injured and all. I think he.
They're gonna if he's injured, they're gonna put him on IR and let him miss them first 4 games. There's no way they're gonna keep an injured player. Now, if he recovers,
but even on IR though, he's still part of this team, bro.
No, he's not.
Right.
He doesn't count on that 53-man roster. Is what I'm telling you.
Right, but what I'm saying is,
I was doing a 53-man roster. I wasn't doing people that stashed because that means I would have to put Taj Washington and all them on there.
Right. No. But this is what I'm saying. You're talking about if he starts the season on the pup. Let's say he has to miss the first 4 games, right? Once he's off of the pup, though, one of them guys that you put on the 53 roster, they're getting cut because you're going to make room for Cam. So, again, however you slice it, he's on this roster. He is going to make it. It's not like they're going to put him on the pup and like they're doing with Taj Washington, they're going to stash him and stuff. No, bro. Like, even if he starts on the pup, I get what you're saying. He's technically, he's not on the starting day 53-man roster, but he is on the roster. Because once he's available to come off that pup, somebody getting up out of here. They're getting somebody up out of here for Cam. So at the end of the day, bro, he's on this roster.
Because even if you think about it, who would you really, if you cut him, who are you keeping that you absolutely cannot let go because he's just playing out of his mind?
Yeah, right. Like you'll get rid of Tanner Connor for him. Chris Brooks is look like they're gonna try to stash.
Yeah, they signed a running back today.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But that's training camp. He's a camp body. So they might stash Chris Brooks. You will see what happens. Next week will tell us a lot based on the move that they make, to see if they want to try to stash these players or not. But I vividly remember telling people, Lewis to be exact, every time Chris Brooks get out there, he makes a play. I just told he stuffed somebody to the ground. This was my words. You can go back and listen. It's recorded. Stiff somebody to the ground, he make a big play. And if I'm not mistaken, in that game, he stiffed somebody to the ground and made a big play. So
you talking about this Saturday's game?
yeah, this Saturday.
He trucked him. He trucked him.
I can't believe this, Tony and Alex. You ain't gonna believe it, dog. That same guy he trucked, right? I just seen. I went to Walmart. That's why I was a little bit late for the show. I was late for the show, but yeah, I seen that same guy. I couldn't believe it. I asked him if he was okay, just to report everybody for the chat. Yeah, he said he was fine. That's who he's stiff on. Tony has his bird chest poked out right now because he stiffed a guy that's working. He was picking up carts at Walmart. That's who Tony. That's who Tony has his bird chest poked out for.
Hey, Lewis, guess what? Guess what? Just like they say, you play the schedule they put in front of you. Hey, when you in there with them scrubs, that's how you supposed to look. Let's keep it real. You're supposed to always have a big play and show that it's levels, so you could get on that second and third screen running back. All right, fourth, because you ain't getting in front of the rookie. I'll give you that. But yeah, I deserve to be on this 53-man roster, and I deserve to see some live bullets. You supposed to show up in front of them, and he always do. So I'm just saying.
You know what this Chris Brooks story reminds me of? I used to hear these same stories about.
Don't
Caleb
you say
Balaj.
nothing about no who?
You remember Caleb Balaj?
Oh,
remember
nobody ever said that about no
Caleb Balaj.
You could have said
remember the
Stonehands.
Remember the workhorse Caleb Balaj, that big bruising running back.
What's the other running back we used to have? What number 37? He Miles Gaskin. That's who you should have said.
Miles Gaskin.
That's who it is.
That boy was a roach, man. You couldn't kill him. He was everywhere. Every year he was making it.
Caleb Balaj, the big bruising running back that used to run over and stiff arm people, man. I remember the good old days, Tony.
Hey, Lewis, listen, man. Listen. All I'm saying is everything that I'll be speaking on here is facts. And all y'all was trying to kill me on my Chris Brooks, except for certain individual here and there, and the Cam Smith. And my reasoning behind, they both just came to fruition, and it's that last Saturday. That's all I'm saying. So maybe I know a little something. That's all I'm saying. You get what I'm saying?
So you bad luck and good luck.
I don't know. You call it what you want. I'm just saying I was right.
Whoa, wait a minute. So Gaskins is cooking in Minnesota?
Hey, Brian Flores, look at him. You see, beef flow. You still all right? I ain't gonna say nothing.
Hey, gentlemen, how is Brian Flores not a leader of men, but he got Miles Gaskin to go over there and AVG? AVG.
No. AVG went there because he went home. He went home.
Stop.
Yeah. You're right. He did go home. He went home to Brian Flores. He went
I knew you could say that.
He went right home to Flo, man.
Yeah. Let's see. I mean, but you know what? To maybe to AVG credit and Miles Gaskin, maybe they like that kind of coaching. I'm just saying it's not. You got to have multiple ways of coaching players.
Are you saying they're not soft, Tony? I just need.
I never said they were soft or not. I've never. You like to say soft and this and that. But
I'm asking.
Hold on.
Just asking the question.
The way you wanted him to answer was soft. What you mean? You wanted him to be politically correct. Get out of here. That's soft. You don't want to do that. Come on, man.
That's cap.
All right, let's see. All right. Oh Lord, I just finished cooking this young man, and he want to pop up. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to ask you a question, Sir M. Thank you for showing us love. You know, like and subscribe. We appreciate your support. But I remember you, sir. You was going at me for my Cam Smith, and I said because of the injuries. I just want to ask you because these two gentlemen danced around the question. Do you think if he starts on the pup, do he make the 53-man roster? I just want to ask you a question. That's all. Maybe you can answer it now. I just want to know, because somebody was giving me a hard time. You didn't get it already? You should already have it, my buddy.
He's making his roster, bro. 100%. 100%.
I'll
put money on that.
You want to talk to this gentleman before we get up out of here, or what y'all want to do? We only got about 5 minutes for you, Dolphin fan. Let's see what you got to talk about, man. And we hope you have some good takes on me. Huh? I'm about to send him the link.
My mother and grandmother always taught me never to talk to strangers.
Don't talk to strangers. You know what? That you got a point there, bro. You do have a point. You know what?
Let's see. But yeah, man. So we pretty much covered. So, I mean, obviously we covered the tool topic. We covered the 2K. We covered Cam Smith. I mean, listen, that's all we got. Who stood out to you in that last game that actually made a little bit of a difference for you, Tony?
Well, Chris Brooks, obviously. I like Easy E. Listen,
Love Chris Brooks.
all of y'all. I think I see my brother back there, Alex. Is he backstage?
Yeah, I got him. Give me a second.
So all of y'all was overhyping Easy. I get it, and they was like, "Oh, he's done this before, so let's not act like it's his first time." We know Easy can be that dude if he stays healthy. But I was happy to see that he actually did his thing. And I was just finished talking trash about it. Well, not talking trash about it, but just saying that I was right about the injuries. But Cam Smith actually stood out as well because he got beat, which was, the receiver made a good play. You know what I mean? He didn't give up. And then he came back and played, made another play, big third down stop on a deep pass, knocking it out of bounds. So I like to see that his confidence didn't falter after a play that could have been deemed, a bad play. And you remember who I wanted to see? I wanted to see him because we haven't seen him on training camp. Muhammad Kamara got a sack. So listen,
it's true. They got a sack.
Hey,
the second week.
hey,
top two. Both rookies.
Both rookies.
Yeah, both rookies.
You know what I'm saying? So
EM, talk to me, EM. Tell me something different, EM. I need
I
a different point of view right now.
Who?
I heard there was a party tonight, and I'm here. I'm trying to find where the party at. That's what I'm trying to find. I'm trying to turn up. I'm trying to get some shit off, right? I'm trying to find where the party at so I can get my shit off. What's good, fellas? What's good?
What kind of party are you looking for? Can you be a little bit more specific?
Oh, I heard it was a block party. I heard it was a block party of the year. God damn it! Those who know, you know. So, hey, I'm trying to find a spot where I can get my shit off. Man, what's good?
Hey, what's happening, my brother? Welcome to the Blitz Pickup,
man. Hey, bro. Hey, salute. Hey, I appreciate that, dog. It's been, I tell you, man, it's been an eventful day to say the least. To say the least.
Before you go, Ian, and I know you finna try to talk some trash, but I wanted to say this on camera because all you people, I ain't gonna say you people, but a lot of people get this man a lot of stuff about causing chaos and trouble and all this. But I want y'all to understand, it's a bunch of this probably wouldn't happen if it weren't for EM. It's a bunch of the people that y'all like to see on YouTube, that y'all follow, that y'all respect, that man is behind scenes making things happen. So I don't see nobody giving that man enough credit. So I wanted to wait till I get on camera and tell everybody that. I've never seen nobody stand up for that man. And after knowing everything that he has done for a lot of you people, I'm not going to say no names, and y'all let that man's name get slandered as if he was a troublemaker. We're not doing that over here. Over here, we're keeping it real. You get what I'm saying? But go ahead, Mr. M. I just wanted to get that out before I let
damn. God damn. Say, man. Say, man. Tone, hey, man. Seriously, bro, that was heartfelt, man. Yeah, man, I don't know what to say, bro. I appreciate that. That is greatly appreciated. You know what I'm saying? And, listen, at the end of the day, bro, we all Dolphin fans. We all want, I think for the most part, we all want the same thing. But it's just unfortunate on this internet, bro. Like, certain people, they might like you, they might not like you, right? They might fuck with you, they may not. But, it's unfortunate at times. I'm not the only one, bro. Because, we all know it's other people in the community that get labeled, certain things just because somebody might have a disagreement with them and they might not, just basically fuck with them at the end of the day. But at the end of the day, bro, I just, my approach to this YouTube game, this Twitter game, whatever you want to call it, social media game, bro, I'm just trying to do my best in my own way, right, to put out as much and again, I'll be the first to tell you, I know I can act a fool, right? I'm not for everybody. I'm not trying to be for everybody. But at the end of the day, I think I would like to think of myself of having a good heart, and for the most part, and I'm trying to, I'm trying to do my part as a fan to try to project as much positivity into the Dolphin universe. Because again, I just want a Lombardi Trophy before I leave this world. Bro. I think we all feel the same way. I think we're all on accord with that. So at the end of the day, bro, that's heartfelt. That's greatly appreciated, Tone. But it's never been my approach to get credit and really, my approach to social media, that was never the intent. When me and Reason back in 2019 started, or when I started on TD Foolish Talk, right? It was never my approach to be a quote unquote internet personality, bro. It just kind of happened that way. And for the people that support me and people that fuck with me, salute to each and every one of y'all, bro. That like to hear my opinion on things, and to the people that don't fuck with me, salute you too. So at the end of the day, bro, I just try to move around in the community and try to help anybody I can in any way that I can. And but at the end of the day, Tone, that's heartfelt, bro. Salute to you.
All right, talk to us about Cam Smith, man, because I know what you think about that injury.
Hey, can I just say shout out to people coming through to see me again? What's good, Rosalind, the homie, right?
Oh,
people recognizing real out here, right? Hey, shout out to Rosalind, though, man.
Welcome to the Blitz Pickup. Like and subscribe.
Salute. But yeah, man, listen.
Hey, Tony, you realize, you see how Rosalind didn't say what's good, EM, right? Don't nobody know.
I don't even know. I don't even know who that is. But hey, man, salute to that individual, whoever that is, right? But Tone, that Cam Smith is gonna make the 53-man roster, bro. Well, excuse me. I don't think his injury is severe enough to make to start on the PUP. I think he's gonna be on the roster because basically Mike McDaniel said it's he's day to day. I think he said
week
to week. So I don't know. I think we can see they might kind of use this week as to kind of gauge where he's at, to kind of get a better assessment on whether or not they need to start on a PUP or what. But at the end of the day, bro, it's disappointing that he got hurt. You know what I'm saying? And it seems like this hamstring injury is lingering, bro. Like going back to last year now, another year, bro, and it's kind of it seemed like it just won't go away, bro. He can't get any consistency in terms of staying on the field. So I don't know what the young man has got going on, but whatever it is, bro, he needs to fix that because we gonna need him at some point. If it's not definitely this year, but definitely next year, we're gonna need him to really step up and elevate himself. And man, it's just unfortunate. But at the end of the day, bro, I think he'll be on the 53-man roster. I don't think. Hopefully, it's not anything that'll keep him out any extended period of time, like in terms of the regular season. But yeah, We'll see in a couple weeks, man. We'll see. But I think he makes it 53. So what are you saying, Tom? What, you don't think he'll make the 53, bro?
No, I think
is that the point we're making here?
I think no.
You're being unrealistic,
I think if he start off on the pup, technically my 53-man roster would have been correct. That's all I was saying. I didn't say he was gonna be off the team. And when you asked me about it, I was like injuries, bro. He's not available. You get what I'm saying? So, but I remember you said you wanted to see Patrick Paul for the whole game.
Mm-hmm.
He played like 85% of the game?
Yeah, it was some good, some bad. He got beat. He got beat really bad on that one play where he almost got Mike White killed. Right, kind of overset himself in his stance, and he got beat to the inside and gave up a quarterback hit. And I think Mike White fumbled on that play too. So there's some things he got to clean up. Like I think it's the people that are on the side of the fence that were trying to really pump that narrative about he's ready to start right now. Move Armstead to guard. Nah, bro, we need to kind of pump the brakes on that and let the man develop. But he still, he rebounded from that kind of like Cam Smith did. Cam Smith missed that tackle and gave up that big play at the start of the beginning of the game. But he rebounded, right? And again, that's what you want to see from rookies. They're going to make mistakes. There's a learning curve always in place, right? But the key is you want to see how they respond whenever adversity hits them, and whether the mistakes are made. You want to see how they rebound from that. So I think both of them did a good job of that. But at the end of the day, Patrick Paul, again, we'll see. Even with his inconsistent play last week, I'm more comfortable. I can lay my head at night. I'm sleeping a lot easier. Like surrounding a possibility if, God forbid, somebody goes down, Armstead, Austin, Armstead specifically. I'm comfortable in saying, like, if he has to play unexpectedly, I'm good with that from what I've seen to this point, because he's gotten better according to all reports, right? I hadn't seen him throughout training camp. Y'all can better attest to this than I can. Tony, Alex, y'all both have eyes on him throughout the summer, right? And there's been a lot of reports about him showing up day one, gotten incrementally better up until this point. So if he continues on that trajectory, right, in the event, it's just a matter of when. Again, I love Teron Armstead, but we all know, right? We all know it's coming. So in the event that does happen, I feel a lot better just based on the growth that we've seen. If he continues on that trajectory, I'm comfortable with him. If Armstead goes down, him stepping in and providing some relief for him. So, but I'm good. I'm happy with where he is right now, bro.
Yeah, I mean, he's a rookie. He's doing his thing. Obviously, he's going to get better every game he gets. And obviously, I think we all feel good about the fact that, he's going to project to be exactly what we drafted him for, which is, a franchise dude later on. But, I mean, the dude obviously has every intangible that you want in alignment. It's just, he just got to put it together and clean it up a little bit. But he did play the most. I think he played the majority of the snaps. I don't think he came out at all, bro. It was a lot.
Who,
obviously, he needed the run, Patrick Paul, yeah.
Yeah. He played the most.
He needed the run.
At anyone.
Yeah. And I want to see him, when is the game? Friday? I want to see him Friday. The game plan shouldn't change. I want to see him I want to see him start to finish. Bro, them rookies need reps. You know what I mean? They need reps to kind of accelerate that development. Hopefully that can accelerate his developmental process. But at the end of the day, I am very excited moving forward for Patrick Paul. If he can clean up kind of the inconsistency with his feet, technique, all of those things, you combine that with the immense size and power, man, we could be sitting here, bro. We could have a franchise left tackle on our hands, bro. So
yeah, it could be a steal too. A second round, man.
Oh, in the second round, hell yeah. In the second round too, absolutely. So we'll see. Only time is going to tell, but we're moving in a good direction, in my opinion.
I just want to, shout out to all the listeners listening right now, and I just want to say, for the record, I approve this message 100% right here.
Who Von Joe? Who is Von Joe, dog? Like who is that? Yeah, anybody in the chat know who that is? I've never met the guy. I'm sure there's a lot of people I don't know in the community, but I'm sure he's a nice dude and all. But yeah, I have no clue who that is, man.
Well, one last
shout out to the Gated Community LLC, man. We see y'all.
Yeah. Shout out to all the Gated community. Though, Alex asked the question to you, Tony, about on Saturday, who kind of stood out to you? Who was your standout player? I know a lot of people are going to listen to this show, right? And they're going to be like, oh, there goes Lewis hating again on Tua. My standout
Oh, that's
player,
always. We all know that. That's always. But go ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
Well, again, that's a cute story, right? So this will be my final words of the night then. My standout player was Tua Tagovailoa, right?
Oh, here we go.
Really?
He's back, Tony. He's back on this side.
You know what? I got something for you, Lou.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Let me get on the winning side right now, right? Let me get back on the winning side. No, listen, the fact of the matter is there's a lot of narratives that surround Tua Tagovailoa, right? About how Tyreek made him, Waddle makes him, McDaniel makes him. Everybody makes Tua, right? Well, on Saturday, right before the game, I was listening to a Twitter space and people were saying that since Waddle wasn't playing and Tyreek Hill wasn't playing, that obviously means Tua Tagovailoa wasn't going to play. And for that man to come out with his two starting wide receivers that, again, he has tremendous chemistry with, 5 for 5, 61 yards, a beautiful throw to the pylon, back corner of the end zone to River Craycraft, right? I just thought the kid looked like he was ready to go this season. He looked in full command of the offense. Again, my standout player for, again, people are just going to hear, I love Tua, right? But I am going to call it how I see it from my perspective. I didn't like kind of the things that I heard today in the interview. But again, that's already been said. But to answer the host's question again, Alex, my standout player for Saturday, again, a lot of rookies did some good things. A lot of players did some good things. But nah, bro, Tua Tagovailoa for me, the narrative is if he's ready or not. To EM's point, we kind of talked about this, and I would agree. Tua Tagovailoa, ever since he got into the league from year 1 going into this year 5, he's gotten better. I don't think that changes. I think he absolutely has his best season yet, and it was good for me to see him because, again, bro, he just looked dynamic. He looked poised. He looked ready. He looked in shape. I liked everything about how he did, what he looked like on Saturday, bro. So shout out to Tua, man.
2 things real quick. I know y'all trying to wrap things up, but two things real quick. I want to give my standout guy. Listen, who can really argue with Tua? I definitely echo everything Lewis just highlighted about Tua. But a close, 1B for me was Eric Zakama. Again, a player that has been, again, kind of like, the road that Cam Smith, it appears to be kind of trending down and going down. He's battled injuries since he's been here, right? 4th round pick. But he's got immense talent, height, weight, speed. You know what I mean? He's got a diverse skill set in terms of like he can play multiple positions, line him up X, Y, Z, line him in the backfield. Even you can kind of put him as an offset tight end at times, right? Because he's got that size. But it's been inconsistent, right? And again, he's dominated the preseason in his first 2 years. Like we thought that, especially that first year, we was like, oh shit, right? My bad, fellas, my bad with the language. But we were like, I mean, he blew us all away, right? Him and Skylar. But he looked like he looked like we really had hit and found a potentially big time player. But it's been inconsistent, battled injuries. He played the first game of the season last year. Then they, for whatever reason, he developed he got hurt and we didn't see him again for the rest of the year. And also that alleged Cam Smith fight that put him out, right? Y'all did y'all ever get any clarification on that? That alleged locker room altercation with him and Cam Smith. Did anybody get any clarification on that? Lou, did you? But anyway, that's a whole nother conversation.
Who said that, EM? Who said that?
Hey man, I don't know the dude's name. Y'all know him better. I'm not on the internet like that. Remember, y'all know him better than I do. So, but anyway, that's all. That's a whole nother conversation for another day.
Hey, Tony and Alex, can y'all tell me one thing? Where are we at right now?
We outside, baby. No, we outside, we most definitely on the internet.
I can swear we on the internet right now.
So, but to see him rebound and really kind of assert himself the other night. I know it's preseason. I know it's not against, the ones or whatnot. But again, that's a step in the right direction for him. And I think River Craycraft more than likely starts the season on the physically unable to perform list, right? So I think that's going to open up a roster spot for him, right? Because I'm not giving up on that talent, bro. I don't think the Dolphins are, because it's so intriguing. Because if they can just get the consistency out of him, if they can extract that out of him, man, that's another big time player that we potentially could have found. So, and also, Lou, real quick, to your point about Tua, right? That you highlighted that touchdown throw he threw to River Craycraft, right? In the back of the end zone. Mm-hmm. So if you look, I've went back and watched that, the all 22 version multiple times. So if you look as that play is unfolding, right, there was a quote unquote there were 2 higher percentage throws to make. And again, not to pull the Band-Aid off that old wound, right? Not to do that, but there were 2 quote unquote higher percentage throws that Tua could have opted to make, but he chose not to. He chose the bigger, more potentially impactful play. So I know it's not an apples conversation. No. I'm talking about
the touchdown to Chris.
Oh yeah. I think it was the running back, John and the running back, both of them. Yeah. So that's kind of again. Last week we had that conversation, right? It was some. I forget. I don't know the gentleman's name, but he was trying to hammer home a point in the community that, again, Tua, that throw allegedly to Tyreek in the back of the end zone that hit him in his hands, but Tyreek dropped the ball, right?
Yep.
there were other higher percentage plays to make. Right. So again, this is not an apples to apples conversation, comparison, but very similar. Right. But he had two other higher percentage options to his left.
No,
He opted
it's
to
a
go.
horrible comparison, is what it is. But
Okay.
continue.
Well. What the difference is, Craig, and again, keep in mind that cornerback was in Craycraft's hip back pocket. That was good coverage. The ball was just put in a place where only his receiver can get it. You know what the only difference is? Craycraft caught it. Kyrie Kill dropped it. Just saying.
Brought it down.
That is true. That is true. Listen, man, I want to thank everybody for coming out, man. I want to thank the chat for always staying undefeated, man. Hey, listen, it's all about the chat. I'm always going to side with y'all. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Lewis. Thank you, EM, for coming in fourth quarter and letting people know. I appreciate y'all.
Hey,
Look
man,
out to the show
salute
later
to you,
on this
gentlemen.
week. For sure, my
Y'all,
man.
hey, y'all get the
This
likes
is-
up, goddammit. Y'all get the likes up. Hey, salute to everybody in the chat for pulling up to support these gentlemen. Hey, the Blitz pickup is coming. YouTube, right? The internet, Twitter. The Blitz pickup is coming, gentlemen. Salute to all of y'all.
Yes, sir.
The next time.
See what's
Let's
going
pick
on.
up. We out.
Y'all
Yes,
see what's
sir.
happening.